it's not just the boundaries of Brooklyn, but now we're thinking globally the world.
This is where I get a little, emotional and nostalgic and philosophical all at once. There's something special about the 72 square miles that is hard to always understand unless you've experienced it. Since the days of the Dutch, when they first landed in Brooklyn, they brought with them an openness and a willingness to create a place that was very different than anywhere else. And I'm going to focus on the diversity angle for a minute, because throughout at least Brooklyn's history, it used to be called Brooklyn, which was the Dutch pronunciation. In the 1600s, this was always the most diverse place on earth. Even in the time of the Dutch, and that diversity has become a core sort of value for Brooklynites. And what do I mean by that? So Weeksville, for example, Weeksville Heritage Center, which was one of the first free Black settlements in the United States, was founded right here in Brooklyn. We have been home to waves and waves of immigrants that have first found their way to the United States, and the place they've settled first was Brooklyn. We have a say, it's unconfirmed, but we say 1 in 9 Americans can trace their family history, some of their family history, back to Brooklyn, and it's probably not far off the mark. And the uniqueness of this is the fact that whereas you see so much strife all over the world, and a lot of that strife is connected to religion or ethnicity or race, somehow we figured it out here in this 72 square miles of Brooklyn, and we've been able to replicate that for 4 centuries, and it's an extraordinary kind of thing. And unless you've experienced it and lived it, it's hard to understand. And if you grew up here, like I did, you develop a sense of emotional intelligence that enables you to interact with people on a global scale, even though you never went anywhere. And the beauty of I was too poor to be able to travel till, I got older, but the world came to me. And I was able to experience every religion and every type of food and every type of, dance and every type of, just in my own backyard. And that's a very, very, very unique kind of experience. And I think I hope this chamber has reflected that over the century that we've been around, because, we truly are proud of that. And I think that'll continue. I also have this theory about there's a Brooklyn diaspora, right? It's so funny, but you can be anywhere in the world and you'll run into somebody, and the minute you say Brooklyn, they'll say, "Oh yeah, I used to live in Brooklyn," or "My uncle came from Brooklyn," or "My mom was from Brooklyn," or "My brother's in Brooklyn now," or "My son or my daughter." I was in Korea. I toured KAIST, the university, and 3 deans pulled me aside and told me the same thing. They said, "I got a son and daughter. They're living in Brooklyn. Like, can you keep an eye out for them?" Right. So now you've got this very special place, built, steeped in history and diversity and tolerance and understanding, and I would argue creativity, right? Because the more diversity, the more creativity. And that translates into an economic engine that enables this to now become the creative economy center for the city of New York, possibly for the United States, and a creative center for the world. Because everyone wants to spend some time here. Everyone wants to understand, what's this Brooklyn all about? And, that's a very good position for a Chamber of Commerce president to be in, when we could export that as the most important export, which is the live, work, play, creative brand that we've created here, which is steeped in real, true experiences and learnings. So that's what I think makes us the most special.